Hello everyone, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I finally made it back to Hawaii after 4.5 years, and it feels so good to be back on the islands. My flight just landed a few minutes ago here in Honolulu, and now I'm going to be heading to baggage claim before heading off to Hertz to pick up my rental car. I just picked up the baggage, and a rental car shuttle should be right out the doors in front of me, just down a little island in the middle of the road. Here we go, looks like the rental car shuttle is just this way. I just made it to my rental car and it's pre-reserved. We booked the medium elite SUV category and we ended up with this Mercedes, which looks really nice, and I feel like the price wasn't too bad because it was $67 a day, and now we're going to be heading off to lunch. We're just about ready to hit the road, and I'm going to be heading off to Tanioka's, which is one of the best poke spots on the island, and apparently people just rave about it for their fresh and high quality poke, and I cannot wait because poke is probably my favorite Hawaiian food. That's just the most depressing thing ever, because I just walked up to the door and apparently they're closed for the holidays and they're literally going to be open just tomorrow. But unfortunately, I'm not sure if my itinerary is going to work out where I can rearrange things to eventually head back there. But today for lunch, I think I'm going to end up going to Foodland, which is one of the classic Hawaiian grocery store chains, and apparently they do have some of the most consistent and quality poke on the island. And there's actually one that's just around a 10-minute drive from here. So let's go. Here we are at Foodland. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can find a poke bar inside. Wow, so far this looks really good. If you don't want poke, you got all sorts of other different stations with sandwiches, sushi, all sorts of other good stuff. But right here is where the poke is. Wow, Foodland definitely has a serious poke following because it's so popular. There's a huge crowd of people. In fact, there's such a crowd, you literally have to get a number and wait until your number is called, and then you can order your poke. Okay, this is the good stuff. If you can see right here, these are the orange labels, which means they're locally made. And yes, this is twice the price of the other kind they sell, but this is the best of the best. I just made it back to the car with this stash of poke, and since there's the 3 of us, we got 3 different flavors, and the first one I want to start off with is just the fresh shoyu, which is just a classic. When they serve you the poke, you get a choice of rice. I went for the white rice, and then they also offer to top off the rice with furikake, which is just the classic seaweed and sesame seed mixture that I love on my poke. And then you also get a choice of sauce on top, but I just decided I don't want any extra sauce. I just want to go for the poke on its own. So here we go. I'm gonna go for my first bite without rice just to taste the fish quality. Oh, that is just fantastic. I mean, honestly, I almost feel like I don't even need the rice. The poke on its own is so buttery soft. I mean, this is the freshest, highest quality ahi tuna. It's just buttery soft, melts in your mouth. And so far I found that outside of Japan, Hawaii is where you can get some of the best quality raw fish. Just seriously, this is just like top tier. And I love the seasoning because it's not doing too much. Got a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of red pepper flakes for a little bit of kick. You got a bit of sesame seeds and also some raw green onions just for some crunch and brightness, but nothing's overpowering. It's just really letting all the flavors of the fish on its own shine. And now I just gotta get a bite with rice too. Yeah, the furikake is also really nice because it definitely adds a little bit of saltiness, and rice kind of balances everything else out. But for sure, this is not overly marinated, it's not overly salty, and it really just tastes like a very high quality dish that lets the fish shine. Alright, off to my second poke. This one is the Hawaiian style, and it's covered in some sort of ground, maybe sesame seeds versus maybe whole sesame seeds. It looks pretty similar, but I'm curious because it did say Hawaiian style, so I have no idea what this is going to taste like, but I have a feeling it's going to taste good because, I mean, the fish is already good. This one is very similar, yet it's a little bit different because for one, I don't really taste any soy sauce, but what I do taste is I taste plenty of fried garlic in there, as well as the green onions and maybe a little bit of sesame seeds as well. But in some ways, this is more salty and more flavorful. But honestly, it's just as good as a shoyu. It just kind of depends on what you're in the mood for. If you want something more garlicky, then this is the one for you. But if you want something more mild, something more soy saucy, then go for the shoyu. But now I gotta try my third one, which is the spicy. Oh, I cannot wait for this, because this is just my favorite, just the spicy mayo-based ahi tuna, because typically, you know, I'm not a big mayo person in a lot of foods, but for me, mayo and spiciness just goes perfectly with tuna. You know, I can objectively say that all sweet poke that I got are equally delicious in terms of quality, but in terms of personal preference, this is definitely it, because this is the most powerful one. I mean, the first thing you taste is the spice, but it's not a really intense spice. It's almost more of like a chili flavored spice with just a little bit of bite, and you get all the creaminess and richness from the mayo just coating all of the perfect slices of tuna. And I will say, this one you can't taste the fish quite as much, but honestly, I don't really mind just because it's so flavorful and it's just like a flavor explosion. Oh, that was so good. I just finished the poke, and I gotta say, they definitely give you some handsome portions here, so you will not leave hungry, because I know poke can sometimes be a lighter food, but not here, because they definitely give you enough, and the price was honestly pretty good, because we got it for $13.49 a bowl, and I think that's very reasonable, considering the taste and quality of the fish, because it was just so soft and buttery smooth, and of course, there wasn't a hint of fishiness at all. And now I'm going to be heading off to Costco just to explore some of the local Hawaiian items that you can only buy at Costco in Hawaii. As you might be able to tell by the background, I made it to Costco. It was only about a 20-minute drive, and now I'm gonna head inside and see if I can find anything really interesting. And in fact, there is one item I am searching for. So far, just walking around, this just feels like a regular Costco, and right now I'm in the center section where they sell all the snacks, and I did see one item. There's this Hawaiian macadamia nut company of honey roasted macadamia nuts, and I have found macadamia nuts of different types in my local Costco's in California, but I don't think I've seen this brand, and apparently it is made with Hawaiian macadamia nuts. These look pretty good. They have some various box cookies that are made in Hawaii by Diamond Bakery. It looks like there's some ube, some lilikoi, and guava. Those all sound really tasty. And you know what? I feel like it's a pretty good deal. You get a box of 4 different cookies, the lilikoi, the guava, let's see, there's also Kona coffee and the ube, and it's only $13.89. This is the item I was actually looking for. It's just right around the corner. These are chocolate covered pineapple gummy bears. I'm telling you, these are an addictive candy. And for $11.49, they're not bad either. I'm definitely gonna be picking up some of these for my friends. These look pretty good. Sweet potato and charo chips. I always love these when I'm in Hawaii, but I think I'm gonna pass on these since I feel like they're probably gonna get smashed in my luggage, considering that these are just in a soft bag, not in a box. They also got furikake party mix, which is just the furikake seasoning, the same one I had on my poke, sprinkled basically on a Chex Mix, and this is a popular Hawaiian treat. I will say it's $15.49, so I do feel like it's kind of pricey just for a bit of cereal. We also have the famous Mauna Loa chocolate covered macadamia nuts, which you actually can't find in our area because they do not sell that brand in California, and the price is where it's at. $37.89, which is a great deal for 10 boxes. I definitely got to add one of these into the cart, because how could I come to Costco without getting chocolate covered macadamia nuts in bulk? You know what, I circled back and I think I gotta get this box of the Hawaiian made cookies because it does say limited edition. So honestly, who knows when I'm in Hawaii again, and if I am in Hawaii again and make it to Costco, they're probably never gonna have these. I just finished on my Costco shopping spree and I did get a bit carried away, but now I'll be heading off to Waiala's Shave Ice, which is one of the most popular shave ice spots on the island, which I tried last time and I did enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to a nice, cold, refreshing treat mid-afternoon. Alright, I just got my shave ice here from the famous Waiala's Shave Ice, and I got 3 flavors in a large bowl, which to me is actually a very reasonable portion, not super crazy like some of the other shave ice spots on the island. I got the pog as well as the lychee and a pineapple, and I also got it with your classic condensed milk top. So I'm just gonna go bite in from the side. Looks like I got a little bit of the pog right here. Oh yeah. Oh, that is so light. I mean, it's almost like the texture of a slushie, but it's just got a little bit more denseness to it. Because basically, when you just break into it, it feels like powder snow, and the second it touches your tongue, it just vanishes. There's no crunch whatsoever, and the pog flavor is nice. It is artificial, but that's kind of what they're known for, just the bold, strong, zesty fruit flavors with bright colors. I'm gonna go in for the pineapple as well. Pineapple is quite nice. The best way I could describe it is it definitely reminds me of the flavor of like pineapple gummy bears. And finally, I'll go for the lychee on the side. Yeah, lychee is also really solid. It sort of just tastes like lychee candy, and that's definitely what you're coming here for. It's basically just icy candy, but for me, it definitely hits the spot on a warm Hawaiian day like today. I just finished up at Waiala, and now I'm going to be heading to my hotel, which is the Wayfinder. It's only a 10-minute drive, and it looks like a really nice hotel, and I'm pretty happy about the room that I was able to book. So let's head over, and I'll give you a quick hotel tour, and maybe a room tour as well. This is the lobby area right here for the Wayfinder, and it's a really nice open air lobby, and it definitely does give me the vibes of a boutique hotel since it's really nice and quaint. Right here is Redfish, which is where we'll be having breakfast tomorrow, and I love the seating here. It definitely fits the tropical Hawaiian vibes, and I love all the wood paneling as well. Here we are. Our room is right down the hall, directly across from the pool, which is kind of nice, I guess, if you want a view of the pool. And we're room 3, right here on the left. Here is what our poolside room is looking at, and on first impressions, I'm really impressed because it does look very spacious for Hawaii, where room sizes are usually quite limited. Right here we have a nice dining table, and what's great is there's 4 chairs, so this is good if you have a slightly larger group like we do with a few people. Then this is a great spot where you can just sit, relax, have some drinks. And then over here we got a sink as well as a microwave and a fridge, so I love that because it's just really convenient having a microwave and fridge in your room. Right over here are 2 beds. They're nice and pretty decently sized, and honestly, the mattress is quite good. It's a bit on the firm side, but it's good for support. Actually, on second glance, it looks like these drinks, as well as maybe these snacks, are complimentary according to this card, but I want to double check with the hotel, because I have a little bit of anxiety about cracking open like a $10 juice by accident. Right here we have our flat screen TV, and then this is a fun little feature of the room. They have what I believe is a working record player, and this is definitely giving me the boutique hotel vibes. And then right beneath it, you have all these lovely wooden drawers, which also feel very tropical and Hawaiian. Just to the right of the TV, we have our closet. Right here, we have a couple bathrobes. You got a safe up there, just all the classics. And then, a little bit of an unexpected item, there's a yoga mat. The theming is definitely on point in this room. I love all these tropical Hawaiian vibes. You got the banana tree for the blinds, and then you also have the banana tree headboard for both the beds as well. Here's the bathroom. I love the design on here. I love the marble countertop, and honestly, the space isn't too bad here. I'll say it's a little bit limited, especially because personally, I have a lot of toiletries. Probably too much to be honest, but that's fine. And then underneath it, we got all of our washcloths, all the necessities. And just off to the left here, we have the shower, which I will say is a bit small. We have all of our soaps and everything we need in there, but I don't mind that the shower is a bit on the small side because it is nicely decorated, a little bit of a more old-fashioned design, but I like that the rest of the room is quite spacious, aside from a shower. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this room and this hotel overall so far. I mean, I will say it is a hotel that was from the 70s and then it was recently renovated just a few years ago, so it does show some age in a bit of spots, but for the most part, the room definitely feels revamped and rejuvenated, and for the price, I'm pretty happy with it because yes, it was $400 a night, but for a room of this size in the heart of Waikiki, I feel like it's honestly not too bad of a price. Now that I dropped everything off at the hotel, I'm heading off to dinner at Helena's Hawaiian Food, which serves up traditional Hawaiian food, and it's actually the first dinner I had on my last trip to Oahu, so I thought it would be great to replicate that and get some of my favorites, as well as try a couple other dishes that I didn't get a chance to try last time. I finally made it here to Helena's, and yes, you do have to be careful with their hours, so they have very limited hours. They're only open on Tuesdays through Fridays from 10 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. So if you're coming for dinner, you're gonna want to arrive here really early. I got here at 5, and then I was thankfully able to be seated at 5:30. However, I do know it can be much more than a half an hour wait because this place gets packed, especially on today like a Friday. I actually feel like I'm pretty lucky to be able to get a seat here. Alright, the food's here, and I try not to go too crazy since last time I came here, I definitely over-ordered, so I just went for a few dishes. I got the chicken long rice, which is your classic clear noodles along with chicken and a chicken broth. I also had to get kalua pork, another Hawaiian staple. They're also really famous for their pipakua short ribs. And then this is a dish I really wanted to try last time, which is their fried butterfish that they were actually sold out of last time. So I'm actually really happy that they have it today. First off, we gotta go for the chicken long rice. Oh, that is so warm and comforting. And even though it's a hot day, as it always is in Hawaii, I do not mind at all because you got that warm, flavorful chicken broth. It just tastes like it's been cooked with chicken for hours. You get all this fragrance of fresh ginger, and then the glass noodles just soak it all up and provide a bit of chew as well. And to go along with it, you have little pieces of chicken breast just for a little bit added protein. Next off, I want to try this fried butterfish collar, and this is going to be really nice and crispy, so I want to eat it before it gets soggy because this looks amazing. Oh yeah, just breaking into it with my fork, I can already feel how light and airy and crispy the skin is. So this is going to be one succulent bite. Oh, that is so good, but it is so rich. The butterfish to me tastes a lot like a mackerel, and it's not battered at all. It's just thrown in a deep fryer, so it gets really bubbly and crispy. I mean, the skin almost turns into a chip, and it just kind of disintegrates the second you bite into it. And the fish is perfectly cooked, so moist and flaky, and I love all the natural oiliness as I taste all the flavor of all the fish fat in there. And this is a fresh and high quality fish, and it's just bare cooking, just a little bit of salt, and that's all you need. Now I gotta go for the kalua pork, just a classic Hawaiian feast food. Oh, the kalua pork here is really nice. I love the smoky flavor. Before it even touches my tongue, I feel like I can already taste all of the smokiness. And then the second you bite into it, it's just like a meat sponge. It's just incredibly juicy. And what's important is it's not overly oily and not too heavy. But sometimes when I feel like when you get kalua pork, it just feels like one bite and you're full. But this one, I can actually finish this little dish, and it's not too much because it's not overly heavy, yet it still maintains all of the goodness you love about kalua pork. They also have condiments on the side. They have soy sauce and chili pepper water, which is not a drink. In fact, it is a hot sauce. And this, you just want to pour all over your food, and I think it's going to go great with the kalua pork. You know me, I like spicy, and it definitely goes well with the kalua pork. In fact, I think that's probably one of the best dishes to add the chili pepper water to here at Helena's, just because I love the spiciness and a little bit of a vinegary flavor, but it's not too overpowering. It just really elevates it without covering up all the natural goodness of the pork. Finally, I'm just gonna end with this pipakua short rib, which is one of, if not their most famous dish, because this is just like a really signature slow cooked short rib that is cured and flavored, and this stuff is so addicting. For my first bite, I'm just gonna go in plain. Okay, the short rib on its own is great. It's very simply flavored. Like I said, mostly just salt, but you're tasting the flavor of the meat. This has just been slowly and carefully cooked. And I won't lie, it's not the most tender. It has a bit of chew, but in a good way, because it really lets you appreciate the texture of the meat, the juiciness, as well as fattiness and oiliness. And that is why you want to take your second bite with a little bit of onion and salt. So I'm gonna get a bite of this and then chase it with a bite of onion and salt that they have on the side. Oh yeah, that's great, because the salt combined with the onion is definitely a flavor enhancer and elevates the meat, and that will also definitely wake you up just with that punch and zestiness of the onion, and that definitely, it just brightens up the dish, and that is the true local Hawaiian way to enjoy these short ribs. And the way you end off any meal with Helena's is you finish with the haupia, which is coconut pudding. This is homemade, and then they serve it on the same plate as the onions. This is like the classic Helena's experience, and this is basically like a coconut jello. It just feels really nice and soft, but with a little bit of bounce as well. Oh, that's wonderful. It's just like a sweet coconut milk jello, and it's kind of a cross between the texture of a pudding and a jello, because you really get that creaminess from the coconut milk, and then you also get that jello sort of like texture. And it's just the greatest way to end off a large savory meal, just with a nice little sweet treat at the end. I made it back to the hotel, and this was a fantastic first day in Oahu. I don't think it could have gone any better. And by the way, I ended up checking with the hotel, and it turns out we get all these goodies for free. I mean, we got chocolate, we got a couple different types of drinks, we got water, we got popcorn. They literally have everything here. That being said, I got a really early morning tomorrow since I'm going to be spending the entire day at the Polynesian Cultural Center, and I'm going to do my best to share as much of my day and my experience there as possible. As always, I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did to give it a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.